That's kind of the way I feel about taxes. That song came out in the 60s. George Harrison, after the Beatles started making money, was very upset about how much taxes they had to pay in England, which, by the way, the English are beginning to try to get away from that kind of deal themselves. He was so upset that he wrote this song, Taxman, which I think is great. So here we are, we're back. Reed's getting what he wants. We're going to have the vote in the morning. And then this bill is going to go back to the House. Now my question is, what should happen in the House? I think the House should stand up and say, we won! We won! Screw you! We won the election. 2/3 of the people of this country do not want increased taxes for anybody. They told us we don't want to have pork in any bill. So what do? House, grow a pair. Stand up and say, no, not going to do it. Your leader, the one, the only, the Messiah, the chosen one, the one that's going to lead us out of the land of occupation of the conservative movement. The one, the only, Barack Obama. He made a deal, folks. You may not have any ethics, but he does. He's willing to, stick up for his deal. But the Democrats are not willing to stick up to theirs. Princess Pelosi, who has, by the way, seemingly, the only thing I can think of is seemingly has more Botox than any one person should have, because I've just never seen a 70-year-old grandmother that didn't have one wrinkle and who couldn't move her lips hardly when she talked. She is not going to do what her president, the one that she sat with, who she defended, who she told everybody was so wonderful, absolutely not going to do with the president what the president has chosen to do. What has he chosen to do? He's chosen to be pragmatic. He understands what's coming in January. And he says, I'm going to put the best deal we can together. Now he just embarrassed himself and delegitimized his whole presidency by bringing in former President Clinton to be his spokesperson. But he said, I'm going to do what Clinton did because it is going to be best for the country. But no, Princess Pelosi's not going to do that. Princess Pelosi is going to make sure that this country and that the good people of this country pay their just due in taxes so that she can pass more and more. And Dumbbutt Reed, oh, I'm being disrespectful. Idiot Reed, he's just lost contact with the real world. Okay, Obama wants hearings. This is my other problem. He wants them to talk about it. They're not talking about it. They got into a caucus, I think it was last Thursday, Wednesday or Thursday, and soundly rejected the president and everything that he said he wanted to do. They soundly rejected it. Then they started cussing him. I just think it's incredible. I don't care whether or not you're a Democrat or Republican, but to use the F word about the President of the United States, I don't even care if you cuss. I don't even care if you use the F word outside. It's not my place to judge whatever you do. But for you to take that tone about the President of the United States is just totally disrespectful. Do I feel that way when Jimmy Carter, who is in total, he's totally oblivious to what he did when he was in office? My sister, who's a good Democrat, she's not a socialist and she's not a progressive, but she's a good lady and a good Democrat. All she wants to talk about, if you bring his name up, is what a good man he is. Oh, he's such a good man. And he is a good man. I'm not going to let him build any houses for me. But he gets out and he's tried to do some good work since he's not been president. But he's totally lost his mind. He has to. The things he gets on TV and the things he says about Fox News coverage, the things he says, he has totally lost his mind. In his mind, his presidency was probably the biggest, greatest presidency, and he will go down in history as contributing so much to this country. Well, maybe if he toots his horn long enough, somebody will believe it. You know, George Bush said, I'm not worried about all that. Time and historians will tell you what my presidency was all about. Gosh, he's absolutely right. That's the truth. And you know what? Carter needs to learn that. Because you see, President Carter, with all due respect, time has already told you what your presidency is all about. It was a presidency that we had such runaway inflation, and we had $3.50 loaf of bread, and we had the 18% interest. Yeah, why don't we get real about it? Is this the legacy that we want our country to have? What should the House be doing? This is a lame duck session. Nancy Pelosi should not be ruling. Harry Reid should not be ruling what goes on right now in this country. But they are. We're not that far off from Christmas now, are we? It's a couple of weeks, a little over 2 weeks. We're going to have to make some changes here, and they're on their way, but what can we do? Where should the House be on this? The House should summarily reject the Senate and send the same bill back.